Well, I want to introduce a new IFPRI research report, Reflections on the Global Food Crisis. How did it happen? How did it hurt? And how can we prevent the next one? 2 years on from the 2008 food crisis, we now have some concrete evidence on the causes. The principal causes were rising oil prices, increased biofuels demand, a range of trade events such as export restrictions and panic purchases. There's much less evidence that rising meat demand in China and India was important, that financial speculation was important, or that declining agricultural productivity was important. One of the things we really emphasize is that trade shocks were extremely important in all markets. In rice markets, trade shocks are one of the principal causes of the crisis. They account for nearly all of the increase in rice prices. Rice prices doubled in the space of about a month in August 2007. Wheat prices also doubled quickly, and US wheat demand for US wheat doubled in the space of 2 months in late 2007 as well.
After the global food crisis in 2007-2008, the global food prices begin to rise again. Now the question is, are we going to repeat another food crisis? Urgent actions are needed to prevent this crisis. I propose the 5 steps. The first step is to let China, India, the large grain-producing countries, to release some of their strategic reserves, to calm the domestic market, and to send a strong signal to international market. The second is to make sure the poor people, particularly children and women, will be protected if the prices continue to rise. The third is, in the long run, we really needed to improve smallholders' productivity by linking them to market, to technology, and to inputs. The fourth step is to work together to set up a global grain reserve system, strategic reserve. So during crisis, we can release some of these stocks, some of the reserves, to calm down the international market. Finally, we needed to set up an international working group, to work together, to monitor the trend, to connect the data, to analyze the various interventions we can use to trigger certain actions.